Ms. Sanders, how are you today?
Good morning.
It's wonderful to see you again.
Good.
Well, I put together a little bit of a presentation for us today.
Oh, perfect.
It goes over basically what we talked about yesterday, which was, let's see. You were mainly concerned about the image of your law firm
Definitely.
and what switching with us will do to that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what a third-party research firm has said about UPS versus FedEx as far as just reliability, and that has a big factor to do with image, I would say.
Very much so.
As you can see, UPS consistently comes in about half a point higher than FedEx in reliability.
Oh, okay.
For their ground and their and air, it's about 0.1%, so it's virtually identical.
Okay.
The other thing that I really wanted to show you that we were kind of fired up about yesterday was the custom packaging that we can offer, legal mailers. As you can see, this is for a made-up law firm that we have not worked with in the past, but it looks pretty professional. We can do something very similar to that with Squires and Sanders.
Okay, great. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah.
Really sets us apart.
Yeah. So it just goes through all the different options for that.
Okay.
And
then
then
we could use that for all of our overnights.
yes,
Okay,
you
great.
could use that for all of your overnights. As far as the reporting that we discussed, we do a lot of work with law firms, so this is something that we talked about yesterday, like I said, that we do quite a bit with, just as far as multiple branch law firms. It's not anything new to us. And then on top of all that, our Express Manager tool, there's customizable fields for law firms, so you can put in what was it, the partner number that we talked
The
about?
case number,
Case number.
and then, yes, the partner number
Yeah,
too.
so
We'll
you
show
can
how
track.
that's done.
It's Express Manager, but go ahead, keep going. You said Freight Manager.
Oh.
It's okay, keep going.
Yes, so we can enter in a customizable field for the partner number and the case number and all that wonderful, all those things that you said you wanted to track, volume, shipments, all that good stuff. So,
And then you can report on that. Like I can run reports to, see what their history is and what.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, if you have a partner who, says he sent something out, you can find out if you really did it or not.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, and you also mentioned that you wanted to know some other firms that we have worked with in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Niemaster Attorneys, I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Oh, yes, know them.
Yeah, they're one of the biggest law firms in the Midwest, and they're a shipping client with Unishippers.
Okay, and they're doing the UPS and overnight?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Are they using the customized envelopes, do you know?
I am not sure about that.
Okay.
That's something they deal with UPS and that individual franchise with. That they're actually not my client, but I could find out for you, and I could get you their contact information if you wanted to speak with them.
Okay.
And then basically, pricing-wise, I know we had discussed a number, and my plan actually is to first convert corporate into this express setup that we have. And here's the number for that. We're gonna save you about $400 a
Now
year.
that's just here?
This is just for corporate.
Okay.
This is the trial run, because I wanna make sure we get this right the first time.
Right.
So in that, you get a 6.94%, so about 7% savings per year, and saves you $400. Now, that's just for corporate. If we include the rest of your system throughout the world, all 37 branches, we get more along the lines of a $9,559 savings per year. What could you do with that money?
I could definitely do something with almost $10,000.
Yeah. Now, the one other additional cost, if we wanted to use the customized envelope, this is an example again. The pricing for those, I think the minimum order is $2,500 at a time, which
Okay.
I'm sure you guys go through.
Oh, easily, yeah.
At least that many. And the reusable legal envelopes, they start at 70 cents a piece for 2 colors, and they go up to 73 cents a piece for 6 colors.
Okay.
And then the more you buy, obviously, the better the rate.
Okay. Excellent.
So is this something that would interest you?
Definitely, definitely I see this as something that, you know, we would be very interested in doing. You know, again, I told you about our image, and so this is something that again sets us apart, lets the person getting the envelope know right away, you know,
Yeah.
where it's from, so wonderful.
And one other thing I wanted to touch on too with Unishippers, our claims processing. Do you often when a shipment is lost or there's a problem with the shipment, how much time would you say you spend on the phone trying to track that down?
Oh, it's probably, you know, some of them we can track just easily through FedEx, others we have to call and, you know, so there's a length of time there because you're going through a phone queue and,
Yeah.
you know, you have to get hold of someone and, you know, so it is pretty, you know, I would say we don't have a lot of problems with them, but when we do, it's probably at least an hour's worth of somebody's time.
Yeah, that gets costly, I'm sure.
It does, it does.
Here at Unishippers, basically what one of our platinum services is we offer the dedicated account team. So you'll have somebody, a whole team of individuals dedicated to your account, and anytime that there's a problem, you get a live person on the phone, and we work through the claims process for you.
Oh, great.
So
Okay.
that saves countless hours of your time, and, well, your time and all the branches' times, and that can add up
Mhm.
to significant savings as well.
So all of the branches would call the one location?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, all over the world, they're available 24/7, some of them answer your call.
Oh,
And
great.
if the dedicated account team doesn't, I will. And
Okay.
you'll have my personal cell phone number and home phone number.
Okay, great. Well, that sounds good.
Yep.
Alright. What about, you know, tell me about how you're going to train all of our people at all the different locations. Do you have a plan for that? 'Cause that's-
Yeah.
I told you about that, you know, our people are not always the most smartest on technology, and so we would need to pretty much train at every location.
Yeah, that's one thing I actually had written down that I skipped over. Like I said, the first thing, I'm gonna come in personally and train corporate
Here.
headquarters.
Mhm.
Just so everybody at corporate has an idea of how the system works. And then additionally to that, I'd like to roll out in North America within a few weeks after everybody at corporate understands Unishippers and the system. It's not overly complicated. It's fairly easy to use. I don't think there'll be as much trouble as, say, even learning how to use UPS or FedEx's current system.
Oh, okay.
So I'd eventually like to go to each individual branch. We have a join.me system that we use, and it allows me to take control of their computer and show them how to do it remotely. And also, they can view my screen as well through that system, and I can show them on my screen how to do it.
Okay, so if we set up, like, you know, about the codes, the client numbers as well as the partner case numbers and the partner numbers, when you set up corporate, then however we set that up, you can make sure that they're all trained on that same setup?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. That seems like a lot of work for you.
It's worth every minute. I love what I do, and you know, this means a lot to me, and I'll make my darnest sure that everything goes seamlessly.
Great, well, that sounds good. Do you know how long it takes to get the fancy envelopes?
Freeze?
Freeze.
Anybody know that?
Actually, I don't know. Do you,
I would say probably 6 to 8 weeks.
okay, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a question, that's an email, check to see if we have it on our marketing material, but, you know, 6 to 8 weeks makes
Yeah, I would
sense.
say.
It's just a marketing, document.
Well, it
so.
takes about 6 to 8 weeks. We can use just these basic envelopes. I don't think, they won't have your logo on them, but, they'll do the job for 6 to 8 weeks, and I can get you these in like an hour early if you wanted them.
Oh, okay, great.
But 6 to 8 weeks from now, I can have anywhere from, the minimum order is 2,500, like I said, and the top order, which has the best discount, is 50,000 envelopes. I can get those for you, like I said, within 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right.
All right, well, can I?
Freeze, go ahead, Rachel.
In your PowerPoint, did you show her a breakdown of like the invoices that she wanted to see with the case numbers to make billing easier?
No, I just use the marketing material
Oh, okay.
pieces online,
Mhm.
and I
Okay.
just went from, screen to screen,
Okay, so she saw that, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can always show that at your
So it's-
setup tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'd like to come in and do the setup, is that all right?
Right, oh, yeah, we have, you know, we're gonna have probably at least 4 packages we could send out,
All right.
overnight, and then I'm gonna have my shipping manager so that he, can understand it. But that sounds good, what time?
Would 10 o'clock AM work?
That would work
Give us
great.
some time to get together, I'll bring some donuts, we'll have a nice little party and
All right,
get you shipping.
good.
Everybody's eating donuts.
All I really need, right now is for you to sign this agreement,
Okay.
and then that'll get us all set up, give me the authorization, to get you an account number.
Oh, okay, so this is just an agreement to get an account number, it
Yes.
doesn't do any commitment on my part?
Yep.
All right,
All
excellent.
right,
Well, good,
Well,
well,
wonderful.
thank you,
I will
and
see
I
you-
look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
yes, definitely, you too.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
It's great information.
Okay,
Good job.
good job. So,